you've got a seat at the table. You've stepped into a senior leadership position. Your work, your results, your track record, everything about you says she's the boss, she's the leader. And yet, somehow you are still finding it hard to speak up in meetings. Or maybe you are speaking up, but your ideas and your concerns are being minimized, ignored, or even pushed aside. Or maybe everybody is actually ready to listen to you, but you're the one second guessing yourself, struggling to make firm decisions, to lead powerfully, to own your authority. Hi, I am Dr. Alessandra Wall, and I am the founder and head coach at Noteworthy. Noteworthy specializes in supporting, advancing, elevating, and accelerating the careers of executive women in finance and STEM. The women I work with, they're smart, they're ambitious, they're ridiculously effective and outstanding in their fields. Every single one of them has a title and presumably a role that says she's the leader, she's an expert, she is a trusted advisor. And yet, for a variety of reasons that range from bias to imposter syndrome, honestly, to behavior patterns that we've learned from the time we were little girls that have been reinforced in our adult years, sometimes noteworthy women struggle to own their voice, step into their power, and show up with authority. Take my client, Carrie. Carrie is the regional director of sales for a major STEM organization. Carrie's leaders brought her to us to help her show up more effectively and powerfully as a leader, because despite years of success as an individual contributor, great product knowledge, and the full support and backing of her leadership team, Carrie was struggling to show up as a strong, confident leader. Now, this manifested in a number of ways. For one, she had a tendency to second guess herself. She would worry constantly about what others thought of her. She would step in to help her team, but not as a leader, by doing their administrative work. And most damaging of all, she felt incapable of confronting detractors on her team who thought that they, not she, should have gotten the promotion. What Carrie lacked most of all was authority. For authority to exist, you need to be free of self-limiting beliefs, or at the very least, you need to recognize those beliefs and have a different set of behaviors so that when they show up, you don't act on them. Authority develops when you're confident about your ability not to do everything right, but to actually build solutions, to figure things out, to handle missteps and setbacks. Others will know and they will respect your authority when they see you step up, when they witness you having those difficult conversations, and when they know that you are the type of person who will own her limitations and who leads by value. When the women of Noteworthy are taught how to recognize and address their fears, when they get the right strategies and scripts to master difficult conversations, when they learn to balance warmth and competence, compassion and strength, leadership and collaboration, then they start to show up with authority. In the end, when our leaders can develop those tools and the strategies to own their authority, they discover three things. First of all, they spend a whole lot less time worrying about their competency, about whether they're liked, about making mistakes or upsetting others. And what that means is less anxiety, better sleep. They have more energy throughout the day. They walk taller. They feel stronger. They stop second guessing themselves. The second thing that happens is they start to show up more effectively for their teams. They make better decisions faster. They focus their talent and energy on high impact activities rather than trying to be everything to everyone at all times. And they have the clarity and the strength to plan and act strategically. And finally, the third advantage is that they gain true respect. Their teams, their partners, their leaders listen to them without questioning their ideas. They're not just invited to sit at the table, they are sought after for their insights and their perspective. They get less pushback and they face less undermining. You might have a leadership role and the title to go with it, but you cannot lead effectively, and you absolutely cannot succeed as a leader without authority. For Carrie, what that meant, first and foremost, was understanding and owning her value as a leader, as opposed to thinking of her value as an individual contributor. And then, of course, learning how to articulate that value to her team. It meant being helpful by setting a strategic vision and a practical plan for executing that vision and helping her team carry that vision out. It meant saying no to doing scut work for her people. It meant saying no to doing scut work and instead understanding why the members of her team were falling behind on their administrative responsibilities and coming up with real solutions instead of stopgap measures. And finally, it also meant calling out disrespectful behavior, cutting toxic people from her team, and building a better culture and environment for the people who were focused on contributing to the team's success rather than her demise. So here's my question for you. Do you have the authority you need and want in your career? Do you have both a seat at the table and a voice? Are you able to share your ideas, share your impact, lead without second guessing yourself, and build real impact and influence? If this is something that you need help with, if you're ready to choose to be noteworthy, then apply for a strategy call today. I, for one, would love to speak with you.